Thank you very much, MC. Introduction will continue even after the event. So we move to the next item on the agenda, which is the opening remarks by the chairman of the CDA. Before then, I wish to introduce our guest. Today we have the media crew, journalists from NTA, National and Uzairue, journalists from Independent Television, Benin, journalists from the Vanguard newspapers and the Punch newspaper, and of course our own Okpella television on ground. And again, we have AIT, that is Africa Independent Television. What this means is that this media are going to carry this event, inshallah, and disseminate our open requests and demands to the appropriate quarter. I wish to advise why the distinguished spokesman for today's event will be reading our press releases. It is advisable that we are absolutely quiet because his voice becomes the whole of our voices. And when he mentions something that is of significance, importance, that touches us, let's give that particular point an ovation so that when the people who are watching or reading see it, they will know that we're in support of this particular program. Mr. Chairman, sir, of the CDA, Barrister John Okondo, please do a very brief opening remark so that the journalists, they are already itching. They are here on a time base, so the time is fast spent.
The paramount chiefs in our midst, ably led by the most senior King of Okpella, who is no other person than High Chief Dauda Suleiman, the Otaru of Okpella, the Itogwas and the Ibidegwas and Legas, the Budiko Juggernaut in our midst, the Youth Council, who are the leaders of DCP, and also tomorrow. I welcome you. I also want to remember our men or boys and women and girls in diaspora who thought it wise when the reason for which we are here started. Why we are here, before I will give more story, is that we are here simply to rub minds together and let the government and the outsiders, whenever I say outsiders, I'm talking of the other world, to know, hear from us our feelings. We are not here quarreling with anybody, we are not fighting with anybody, we are not here against anybody. But what we are here for is to express your feelings. This is the way we feel. I think there's no crime somebody expressing his feelings. This thing that is going on, this is the way we feel. We are here because of the recent happenings in the government of Edo State and also vis-a-vis the location or establishment of airport, proposed airport to be located in Edo North. Like we do say, I also use which the presenter will also do more to thank the governor for even considering Edo North to be cited an airport, because we Okpella are part of Edo North. And also we also want to make it clear too that if a government who deem it necessary to cite such an important project in Edo North, we Okpella as a community, we are not questioning his ability or why otherwise where he cites the airport. But what we are saying, there are issues that we would prefer if the airport is located in our land. This is just why we are here. And you all know that before now, our investors, we are talking of Delegates cement, Boa Cement, who are directly in our list, have indicated their interest to build an aerodrome or aerodromes. Could be two, maybe two of them proposing two. And this is similar to almost this project we are talking about. And we felt that if aerodrome to be built here in Okpella, Okay. Built here in Okpella, or we are talking of airport to be started at somewhere our neighbor, very close to our place here. You will agree with me that it will be difficult, or it will be nearly possible for aerodrome to be built here and airport will be built at Jebu. It will be possible. It's like somebody is dreaming. So to face the facts, all we are saying, government, please, these our investors who are going to be part of this project we want to site at Jebu have already indicated their interest to build airstrip aerodrome for us. And because of that, it will not be fair, or we do not want any bad blood to exist between us and our brothers in the next border. Please consider us as we have done. Thank you very much. One thing I want to that was missing when this idea was muted, the collaboration of the diaspora and our people here, we quickly put up a committee to drive this force to put this gathering together today. And this committee is ably led and chaired by one of our sons, prominent son, Dr. Femi Alogun. Please can you rise for recognition? It has been wonderful for just a few days, about 2 or 3 days. This how we have been here was packaged and put in place. Thank you, more Mr. Ebo. Do more for us.
Please can we give a round of applause to our chairman? That done, I want to hand over the microphone to High Chief R.A. David.
Gentlemen of the press, I think my business is almost half done by the introductions of the chairman. But I want to say that we recognize all of the government machinery in the state, though not present. Gentlemen of the press, once again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to move straight to the press conference. It is with every sense of responsibility and respect for law and order that we address this press conference this morning on a very important issue that tends to portray the people of Okpella community as people that exist only to be exploited in spite of their numerical strength and their God-given natural resources in the state. It will be an understatement to say that Okpella community is being marginalized. It is a fact, being abandoned. The reasons we have come to this conclusion and consequently addressing this press conference are not far-fetched. We highlight a few here or there. A. Despite Okpella's immense contribution to the economic sustenance of Edo State, it remains the most unattended in government's infrastructural concentration. There is no federal government institution to be found anywhere in Okpella in appreciation for the economic resources derived from here. Oppressed and marginalized as we might feel, we will not fail to express appreciation to the executive governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, for his attention on Okpella in recent times, which has led to the proposal to establish an airport in Okpella, in Edo North. Okpella, as the industrial nerve center of Edo State, should not be shortchanged. This is one point we stand for here today. Currently, Okpella plays host to 2 cement giants in Nigeria. BOA, and Dangote, as well as numerous other smaller companies, which makes an airport desirable to enhance the operations of these companies herein. It was a thing of joy to the people of Okpella when the BOA group hinted that it had started the process of setting up an aerodrome or airstrip in Okpella, for which appropriate modalities of location of suitable site, soil test, and payment of compensations to crop owners have been completed. Okpella community believes and had hoped that what is now required of government is to give the necessary support and encouragement for this laudable initiative to facilitate its timely completion, and in the process commit government resources to set up other auxiliary infrastructure like link roads to and from the aerodrome, supply of water, improve power supply to that area. To our surprise, however, a letter from the Federal Ministry of Aviation dated 16th December 2021 with reference number FMA-ADD/402/2.42/C.9/1/12 conveying approval for an airport project wrongly mentioned Okpella as being part of Isako West local government. It is wrong. Okpella is not in Isako West, but in Isako East. We had expected a correction to be made by the Federal Ministry of Aviation for the authorities of the Isako East local government where Okpella community belongs, but nothing has been forthcoming. It does appear that Okpella is being shortchanged, therefore. Our demands. This action of the Federal Ministry of Aviation, the silence of Isako East local government area, and the body language of the state government have tended to anger our youth and the generality of the community. We have been appealing to them and pacifying our youth who have been visibly restive as law-abiding citizens who love peace above all other considerations. We demand as follows. 1. That if the same investors that have initiated moves to build an airstrip are the same groups that will eventually be compelled to muster funds for the project, they should be allowed. We plead that they should be allowed to continue with the project that is ongoing in Okpella, the host community, unhindered and uncoerced. We demand, number 2, that if otherwise, we cannot guarantee the peaceful coexistence between the investors and the community unless Okpella chooses to be their host community. 3, we demand that nothing negative or untoward be done by government to disrupt or distort the industrial harmony and peace currently prevailing in our community. 4, we are aware of a recent National Assembly resolution urging states to hand off airport projects in view of funds involved, which make most of them end up as abandoned projects across the country. Consequently, we demand that our state government come out clearly to let us know their stand. The location of the airport cannot be outside Okpella for any reason. conclusion, gentlemen of the press, Okpella, being the third largest ethnic group in Edo State, is known to be very peaceful. But that should not be a reason why it is being marginalized and exploited needlessly. Long live Edo State, long live East local government, long live Okpella community. May God exceedingly bless the country.
Thank you very much. I think this deserves a bigger and a better round of applause. Can we hear that one more? Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. MC. I've just been mandated to render the press conference in Okpella for the benefit of our brothers, sisters, parents who have taken their time to be here so that they will understand the gist of this conference. That is to say that the pressmen that are here today, their O is over for now. We'll be expecting to see, to read this event nationally, locally, and internationally. Yes. And we will employ the tradition like this. While I am rendering this particular press briefing in Okpella language, you may as well engage in individual interviews with personalities that you feel will help you to further digest the press conference. While that is going on, I wish to say the traditional is like Kinelegba, Alapawa, Igasawa, Ebelume, Chief Aroe David Ozelenega, Ebe Nawaze, Agopa, Ashini, Eportunato, Ocha Omwawe Berami, Loloki, Ote, Angi Committee, Angi Jekwesedio ni letter, Gi Governor, Nangero Gweyoli, One Portogo, Atos Okpella. Onawake Mena, Agopa, Lolawake Gweyego, Gapawane Deipo, Genera Puja, Genera Kwela, Eya Moke Zekawale, Banamu, Itepe Bobela, Nawaro Gwele, Ileta, Nawaro Gi Governor, Kigawanwe. Oni letter, Opeto Dega, Tawanya. Egbemini, Oni Governor, Narobe Yale, Oga Bino Netonya, Noka Kilolo, Orupere Poli, Kogi, Ikukuruku Division, Opema Division, Nawakalu, do not now, Kaya Tepo Tujo, Awa Kabona, Gekoti Mobi Nongwe. Ama awa ke gbogbo yali awa asunoni mo anota we le miramena mo ke aye sa udua na robe yale aye mimo ne potona agbele ko ne potona Uzairue stroke Okpella aye atoshi de la Esako West local government. Àwọn agbèrè àwọn ẹlẹ́fẹ́ gbọ́ ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ẹ̀yà ọgbà ẹ̀yà tẹ́pọ̀ tó ṣe Uzairue àgókẹ́ ti ẹnìkékèyẹ wèbá ní ìbò àlítàgò tí ẹ̀yẹ ìwé yàtọ̀ lókìá àwàṣẹ́rẹ̀ kẹ̀náwẹ̀ lókìá èṣẹ́fà wíṣọ́ nágbàṣọ́ lókìá ẹnìkè nánà àṣẹ́mùwẹ̀fẹ́ bìnú abẹ́ ìyálẹ̀ ètí náà tẹ́pọ̀ tó àṣì. Àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bíẹ̀, àwọn kẹ̀kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ Oso ina pe mo pe akọkọpa o di ara ipe ati ame ara awa mo ko si gọọmenti o nezine ko ke koroga we na lo ke ko ami awe na kawa ya alama. Awa toto bo le ma we e pepe ze na be yale e po bo gbi Dagote ali boalo na tona poto ana sokela ali eje mweke onekoti agerawa atono bodu ama ino dakia ki alama na tona poto na shana ne anelwe ne gbena ne gbe ya to na we si ke kotoli emi wi pa go ya to na to so bi ni mego no ga go bo ke ke nwe ene go awaya ke kokalo ka ke pese ya wa àwọn gbogbo yẹwẹ eyelele nere yele a kí National Assembly ẹsẹ tagua state government ẹsẹ kẹtẹ pọtù àrí àkókò pàgọ́ àmìnà lọ́lọ́ tẹ state government nípasẹ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀pẹ́ sí Nàìjíríà ní ẹ̀dọ́ most of the àdó ẹ̀wẹ̀ yàrá mú kó mọ́lù. àwọn ayẹlẹ wẹ̀lẹ́ kókòlá agadaro bọ̀rù bìíní lọ àlúrò mi kókòlé kẹkà fún ẹ̀yìn àrẹ̀mẹ̀dọ́nà. Ama ti rabomudo ya wa lokia abaya le kawa na ri meke ni agbekanya esi ki ari olo te ke kalo awe yege kawa le ma we pepe afawa emdunu ne portu afawa elam emo ekena te portu asi afawa e ya roboda na te portu fo e pepe zo bana be yale one portu na o pe la to si àwọn kẹ́ẹ̀sì náà kó ó tí ẹ̀dójú dàlọ́ ó tí ìtàkọ̀jú dàlọ́ ó tí ìpàrẹ̀jú dàlọ́ ọ̀nà lókè mi náà wá gbé gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ẹgbẹ̀ rẹ̀.
Thank you very much, Ya Alhaj. Please, before I go back to our Monsignor High Chief, I want to recognize a body here. We didn't forget you, but we specially reserved you for special mention, and that is Okpella Graduate Association. May we rise for recognition. Okpella Graduate Association, ably led by their president, Mr. Anthony Ezebode. A round of applause for him. Thank you very much, Okpella Graduate Association. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to, at this juncture, hand over the microphone to High Chief Alhaji Dawuda Suleiman for closing remark, after which
let me quickly use this opportunity to draw our attention for correction. You heard when I read, there's a date there, 16/12/2021, I read. But printer's devil, like journalists will say, it is printed here as 2001. Please correct it to 2021. 2021. Anybody who has access to this paper should correct it accordingly. It's not 2001, but 2021. What you have here is printer's devil. So I hope our gentlemen of the press have taken due notice of this, please.
thank you for that observation and correction. At this structure, Uzairue Oya give the closing remark. About Mego, Oya won't maybe no Okpella say special concerning Minister Wabena. You know, you go say no, Oya point up, Oya give we the closing prayer. After that, President could grant interview to some persons who may have one or two things to say. Yeah, Uzairue.
So we are there back. So for Panorama. For Pagawo. Only the hour no question for Yawa. Oh, no, we don't ask for Yanawa. See, now it's a session going. Bíbélì là yìí lẹ̀ pé là èmi ìwé ẹ̀wọ́n ní wọ́n náà wà tọ́ ẹwọ́ ìpè ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ kí ìpè fẹ́ gbọ́. Ó dáwọ́ mi náà ìpè tó wà tọ́ ìpè kí àyè náà wà nínú àkọ́ yìí gọ́mẹ̀ntì lọ. Ẹ ti fẹ́ ká bọ̀ ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ fún mi. Ẹ kà lè mi àjà wá. Nàìjíríà kó lè máa kí gbogbo láàárọ̀ yìí. Ẹ gbèsè ti fẹ́ kọ̀ náà gbogbo ìsàrọ̀ àti ìsìnkú kọ́ láti lọ sẹ́nà wẹ̀. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ kò ká wàá ma ó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó wọ̀ kò láàtọ́ òdéṣù pẹ̀lú yàwá. Akẹ́dùnọ́kọ̀ ọ̀gọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ àti ẹ̀wà yóò ọgọ́ dábẹ́bìrì ọgọ́ ìfẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìbẹ̀rù sẹ́nà. So lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ìfẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kára máa olú àti òkè lógí ìfẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tẹ̀lú dáwà ìfẹ́ parí.
Thank you very much. Anything now? Our brothers should never Odemi, our man, Abawasa, our Sheligo, she never would move your person of Abawasa. He had to Oya, point of war, Yora, Dwa, Kuso, Arawani, Pusego, she never would. Thank you very much. Like High Chief Salman, Oya, Dwa, Kuso. And that's another view, Karim. Batia. يا كنا عبد وياك ناصر لما صراط مستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا كان يشوفنا على سنة موت إذا كان بقى أذن أباك ناصر نقول أوايم ولا شيء كورونا وا شيء كود إنسان أواسا وكذا أواسا توا شيء كود يجون نوا ولا وا تقول شيء كود يلا ولا أواسا شيء كود ناسون نوا إذا بنجي أشيله موتو شيله plane ṣèlérí ojú àwẹ̀ lẹ́yìn ní òpèlà ṣèlérí ẹ̀fẹ̀sì ṣèlérí rìpọ́tà tẹ́tàbí àdáyé à ṣìlẹ̀ gbogbo àmà ẹ̀fẹ̀ pàápùpù lórí àlọ́ àfẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ abẹ́ àlọ́lọ́pẹ́ àfẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ àmọ́lọ́pẹ́ àtọ́jẹ̀ ṣìlẹ̀ gbogbo àmà ògàlùgà lórí àlọ́ àfẹ́ lẹ́tẹ̀ wàlẹ́ bàbá àgbà wa ti fàájà iná àtẹ́ náà kà ṣìlẹ̀ gbogbo àkọlọ̀ káwé mi. Thank you very much. Proceedings brought to close.
Thank you.